Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Brittany and our workout today is going to be reformer based with a specialty focus on asymmetrical work, meaning one-sided unilateral work. So we're going to be doing quite a few things with one arm or one leg to really challenge the support and the strength and the stability of the joints and the muscles in our trunk. So very functional to make you move powerfully and age gracefully. So get your machine set up for your height, meaning your stopper, your gear bar, and measure your strap so that you're ready to roll. And I'll meet you right back here. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's do this. So we're going to start with 2 red springs. We're going to actually begin with the single leg footwork. As promised, a lot of asymmetry today. So let's go ahead and get your toes on the bar in line with the hips. And before we begin our exercise, let's just make sure our body is right in the middle. So press the legs out straight and then use the hands to feel the sides of the body and make sure that you've got the same amount of space on each side of the hip. And I love to pick the hips up and then just articulate down from the top to the tail and make sure your body is truly in the middle. And come on back. We're going to stay on the right foot, high half toe. Our left leg is tabletop. Here we go. Inhale out and exhale to return. So as we're warming up here, let's just settle in. Woo. Keep your abs engaged. Your leg is just floating right there in tabletop. And now we're going to bicycle. Reach and pull. Right foot maintains high half toe. Keep those toes pointed up toward the ceiling. And then lift. Tap and lift the straight leg. Flex, point, bend, and reach. Développé. In and up. Tap and lift. Flex, point, reach. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. Time this here. Reach. Tap and lift. Flex and out. 2 more. Tap, lift, flex, point. 2 more. Last one. Tap, lift, flex, point, and out. Staying here. Keep the left leg floating. Right foot transitions to the heel. Dorsiflex them both, and we press. As you push out, use your right glutes. The floating left leg is just going to challenge not only the hip flexors, but also the trunk muscles here. 1 more. All the way in. Close it in. Make the change. High half toe and tabletop. Press and in. Inhale to move out. Exhale to come back. So as we're warming up here, just relax the muscles in your face, your throat, your chest, and your shoulders. Let's bicycle. Reach and tabletop. So I love warming up with some variation of footwork. Somebody asked me why we start with footwork. Well, it gets your big muscles pumping, which really stimulates a lot of blood flow, and it warms the body. So that's why. Flex, point, bend, and reach. Développé here. Lift, tap, lift, reach. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So on this développé here, time it up, tap and lift. Now notice both feet flex and point. We want to get a little movement on the machine there. 2 more. In and up. Tap and lift. Flex, point. And again, final time. Reach. Flex, point. Hold it here. Transition to heel. Dorsiflexion and go. Pushing with the back side of this leg here. If your hip flexor is really killing you on the leg that is gesture, the floating leg, you can laterally rotate it. And again. And then all the way back in. Let the knees just sway to the side and side a couple times. I like to open up my arms like the letter T, palms facing up. And just let the pops and cracks happen in your back as everything just kind of gets loose. All right, let's find our way back to the middle. Make sure that the headrest is flat. Okay, heels on hip distance, arms at our sides, and we're just going to bridge. Holding, we're going for a straight line from our ribs to our knees. And then you just melt down from the top to the tail. Release at the bottom. Again, scoop. Hold it. And then down we go. 2 more, please. Scoop. Lift. Slowly lowering down. And we're going to stay on this one. So we're going to begin with a marching bridge. We're just lifting to tabletop, heel down, lift and down. So as we're doing this, trying not to move the pelvis around, try to keep the carriage docked all the way in. Just marching. 1 more each, march. And again on the other side. 2 feet down, melt all the way down. Let the knees do their thing again. A little side to side. Take your time here. Okay, and then we're going to just come up so we can change our springs. 1 red. I'm going to do single arm mid-back series. So if the red spring is too much for your upper body, a blue and a white is the next notch down. Okay, so we're going to just grab the straps here. Make sure you've got a little space at the shoulder blocks. We're going to lift our legs up into tabletop, and we're going to just begin alternating. 1 straight arm down, and then back up. So as we're doing this, the arms itself are not really requiring a lot of concentration or thought. Rather, I want you to focus on all the body parts that are still. So you're going to pull your abs in, keep your low back gently imprinted into the carriage. 1 more each arm. Now we're going to pause at the top. Open both arms out toward a 45, and we're doing the same. So as the arms grow wider, it is more stress on the obliques, and so you may notice that your body wants to shift left and right, but your job is to keep your body right in the middle, and that's where the work is. Okay, now pausing here, open your arms out, letter T. As soon as your arms are here, we tend to arch our back there, so I want you to really force your lowest ribs down to the mat, and 1 arm at a time. Pull in, pull in. So again, wider arms. This got more challenging to keep my trunk situated in the center of the carriage, but just try not to let it move your body. If it keeps moving your body all over the place, perhaps the weight is too heavy, so drop down. 1 more each arm, guys. And then together, circles. it's light. Here, let's just go for movement in that joint. So just getting some mobility in our shoulders. One more. Reversing. Whatever breath feels natural here. Notice if your right and your left feel symmetrical. Pausing, elbows bend, single arm, triceps here. Reach. Keep that low back gently imprinted. Face, throat, shoulders relaxed. Just concentrate on keeping our body still. One more each. And then put the feet down. All right, I'm going to put the right strap just on the shoulder block so I can get it here in a bit. And then I'm going to just simply put my left foot in the strap. So to start, I'm going to just enjoy this stretch, leaving the right foot anchored. I'm going to grab hold of the rope here and just let my leg stretch. So I've got support with the strap. I'm going to let my leg fall open to the side and then just point and flex here a bit. And then we're going to take that leg across the body. Now, if I try to keep my hip down as I bring my leg across, it's a very different feel here in the abductors. If I lift up my hip a little bit more down here in the side of the glute, also in the back, if your back is unhappy, the knee can bend and it's much more forgiving. So any of these variations works here on the side. Okay, so we're going to leave our left leg straight up, bring that right leg to tabletop, and single leg, lift and lower. So the rules are the same as when you have 2 feet in the straps. So your legs go down, don't let the rope touch the body. When your foot reaches up, we're going to keep our tailbone grounded so we get that lovely stretch through the hamstring. Now laterally rotate the leg and continue. Inhale up and exhale down. Very often when I'm working out by myself, I close my eyes. It allows me to really tune in to my body and notice where I'm feeling the stretch and the work. Now we're going to internally rotate the leg so the knee and toe point towards the center. And then we're doing the same here, lift and lower. So maybe as you're practicing this workout today, you can really think about how grateful you are that your body is able to do the things that it's able to do today. Right? So we could always be grateful for something. We're going to go through some circles. So leg goes up, wide, and around. So as our leg opens out wide, only take it as wide as you are able to bring the leg around without letting the whole body shift where it is in the center of the mat. Wider leg, of course, would be more challenging. 2 more. You got it. And then let's go ahead and put the foot down on the bar, and we are going to change. So I'm slipping my right foot. We're going to enjoy that stretch first here. So just pausing here at the beginning, and then we'll let the leg open out toward the side. Point and flex there a couple of times. If you've got 2 legs to put in the straps, there's 2 things to be grateful for. We often overlook the little things, right? So rather than getting frustrated with where you are or how hard it might feel today, maybe just think about all the things that you can do. So many people are less fortunate. across the body. So rather, you can keep it straight, lift the hip, bend the knee. All three are fabulous. Pick the one that you like the best and feels best on your body. All right, and then we're ready. So tabletop, and then we just lift and lower with that first position being parallel there. So as your leg rises, we get an inhale, and then think squeeze from the glute and press the foot back down. Inhale up and exhale down. Three hamstrings mean that we need to rotate the leg in 3 directions. So here, let's laterally rotate, and we're going to lift and lower. Feel how that's different, where you're feeling that on the outside of the leg and knee now. And again. Next time you're down here, let's hit that third angle by internally rotating the leg. And you really want to make sure that the movement is truly coming from the hip. So let's rotate that entire femur in the hip socket to get that internal rotation, not just the foot. One more. All right, now we're going to take the leg up to the side and around. Up to the side and around. Three more. 2. And last one. All right, so we're going to leave this strap out. We're going to just switch feet. So now it wants to go across the body. So we're working on these muscles here on the outside. We're going to keep the leg aligned with its own hip and then lift the right leg to tabletop. So we're starting with that left, and we're going to just try to keep a nice fluid lift and lower with the opposite strap so that you can feel how there is more stability required in this joint to keep the leg doing its thing. One more. Okay, and then once we're down, from here, bend that knee in and then point and push. Flex, point. Inhale, bend, exhale, point. 4 and 3, 2, and one more time. Perfect. Take the foot down, switch again, back to the first strap with the right foot. Okay. Tabletop your left leg, and we're trying to draw stripes with the foot in line with the hip the whole time here. So just working on that. Notice how funny that feels. So all of these things don't have to be super challenging. They really just need to be mindful. And in being mindful, we can strengthen the intrinsic muscles, the ones that are deepest to the joint itself. And that will help you with your balance, with your strength and agility. Bend the knee, push it out. Bend it with an ankle flexed, point it, stretching out. So everything shortens, everything lengthens. 3 and 2. One more time. And then let's go ahead and take the foot down. So we're going to keep the straps in play with the single red spring. And now we're going to get both feet in the mat here, or in the straps. So let's just go through large leg circles. Now, the reason that we went down so considerably in the weight is that as the legs are down here, now the weight of the legs is more challenging for the core. We don't have the resistance of the ropes to support us. So this version here is going to be more challenging in the abs in that stability sense. All right, just do a double check. Make sure your headrest is flat. Make sure you've got space at the shoulders. And then lift, bending, and then coming down and reaching out. So just stay here just for a second. Make sure you've got that space. Abs in, all the way over. Bend. Take your time. Coming down one more time. So that short spine is more challenging without the assistance of the straps. So let's go ahead and put the straps down, and then we're going to rise up. Okay, we're going to drop our springs down again here. Just a blue spring. We're going to do some core work. So go ahead and lie back down. And I want you to create quite a bit of space between the shoulder blocks and you. And then we're going to go up to our tippy toes, and we're going to press out, and then we're going to flex up. So once you look up, go ahead and just make sure that your feet are aligned with their own hips. We're going to bring one knee in to tabletop, and then we're going to switch. Reach. And reach. And reach. So we're just doing our ab series here. By keeping one foot down, we are really keeping that leg nice and low, promoting that reach with the opposite leg. One more time here. Stop. We're going to bring our hands behind the head. That's why we want that space here. Up and across, middle, across. So stay up in between. Reach and reach. 4, 3, 2, one more. Okay, single leg up here. We're going to hold the leg, flex, sink, point right here, drop the foot, up, flex, point, drop, reach it up, grab hold, stretch, flex, point, drop, flex, point. So we're taking scissor and we're slowing it down and we're adding a stretch. Reach. Now, let's omit the flexion. Pull, down, pull, down, pull. 2 more each. 1, down, 1. Last time. In, down, in, and then bring it down. Let's go ahead and come off the machine. I'm going to leave this light. So we still have the blue spring. I'm going to go ahead and rise up to our knees. And I'm going to hold one of the straps in each of my hands. All right, so you can start back here just a little bit, and then we're going to come up. Arms are forward. So when you're here, let's squeeze an imaginary block between the knees so we engage the inner thighs here. And we're going to lower the arms down one time together, just so you see how much resistance we're working with. Okay, put one hand on our waist, one arm. So when you have your hand resting on your waist here, you can really feel the obliques firing to support the one arm action here. So every time you press forward, let's squeeze that imaginary yoga block at the knees, and we'll make sure that those inner thighs are working. They are part of your powerhouse. So when your inner thighs engage, helps the lower abs contract. Here, change. Press. And press. I like keeping the hand on the waist too, because notice the rope gets tight when my arm comes back. So it doesn't allow me to take my arm behind the body. 5, 6, one more, and 8. Good. Now we're going to take both arms up. Thumbs are up. Hands are about chest height. I'm going to open them out to the side. So one time together, just feel what we're working with here, okay? And then 1, and then out, and then the other. So keeping your gaze forward, keep those inner thighs hugging that invisible yoga block right at the knees. Engage the glutes, the hamstrings. We're all stable. Okay, that is the whole focus of the workout today, is stabilizing the center of the body despite an asymmetrical movement pattern. And if you think about life, this is far more functional than if we were to always move 2 at the same time. Okay, so we want to make sure that we can do life. And then one more time. Okay, now we're going to take the arms all the way overhead and back behind the neck like you're fixing a low ponytail. And then we're going to go up one arm at a time. And up. So even though my hand is pressing up, I'm not lifting up my shoulder. So we want to really draw the shoulders down as we extend the elbow up. Shrink wrap your waist and then straighten the elbow and press. 2 more each. 1, 1, 2, and 2. Both hands together now, up, and then we'll let them come down nice and easy. Let's go ahead and come off the knees here. And then we're going to get out the long box. I'm going to keep the blue at a white. So I've just got 3/4 spring. And then I'm going to lay down on my stomach, so prone. Okay, chest at the front edge of the box. Open up your feet, laterally rotated the width of the machine, and our hands are in the corners. I know a lot of people like to bring their chest all the way off the box. I would advise against that as it strains your back. So we're going to just press the arms out straight, and then let's just lift up for a gentle back extension here. Shoulders away from the ears. And then we press out. Glide the shoulders down. And as I lift through the upper thoracic spine, I'm simultaneously keeping a little bit of a lift feel through my feet so that my glutes and my hamstrings are on. And then down. We are intending to stretch the rectus abdominis across the front of the body, not to stretch the lower back. So if all you're feeling is pressure in your lower back, you are probably coming too high. Okay, here. And then down we go. So let's bring those feet together if you can. If your low back would prefer your feet be hip distance, that's okay too. So feet together would be more challenging. Let's just take a hand and let it just go for a ride here on the side of the box. We're going to bend and press. Now as I'm bending my elbow, I'm aiming my elbow at the side of the box. So I'm keeping it narrow. So I work the long head of the tricep here. 4 more. 4, 3, one more time. Now we're going to do the same arm, but now I'm going to angle it wide, like I'm doing like a push-up more. Chest press. So my hand down here is a little easier Then if you have your hand at your forehead, you choose what you need. 2 more. And then bring it in. Switching hands. Okay, so notice my elbow down near the side of the box. If you're feeling your low back here, that's the signal to open your feet towards hip distance apart. If not, keep the feet together. Press your entire pelvis down through the box. So that's hip bones and pubic bone pushing down, and that will become your back brace. One more. And then side, center. 2, 3. Last 2. Good. And then come in. I'm going to go ahead and come all the way down. Take a second and just reach down towards your feet. Stretch through the back. And then round and roll up. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the box. Okay. And I'm going to keep the springs, so a blue and a white, and I'm going to sit so that I'm facing away from the foot bar. Legs in the middle. Make sure you've got a little bit of room behind your bottom. And we're going to start with our elbows up about shoulder height. From here, we're going to tuck and roll back. And we're going to stay just here. We're going to come forward with the trunk and back. And exhale on the way back, inhale up. As you go back, let's really tuck the tail under. So we dive deeply into the lower tummy. 4 and 3, 2. And now we're gonna stay. Go ahead and reach the arms out. Let's do 1 to measure the resistance. And now single arms. If the resistance is too heavy, please adjust accordingly. Waist continues to shrink wrap in all 4 sides. 2 more each. Okay, and then knuckles together here. We're going to stay here for a little bit of endurance. Rotate, rotate. So I'm maintaining my C curve. My knuckles are together. Shoulders, chest, face, throat, all relaxed. Side, 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 and side. 1 and 2. 2 more. 3 and 4. Find the center, stay here. Reach the arms, single arm, clutch bicep. Keep pulling your tummy in. You might feel a little fatigue through the abs. As long as it doesn't go into your back, let's continue to push through and just challenge the endurance and the stability of the abs. The abs are going to support your back. So let's keep them strong and challenged. 1 more each side. And then let's go ahead and come up and then just go forward and stretch. All right, you've got a nice view to hang up the straps. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to change the springs. So I've got a single red and a single blue spring. And we're going to stand up for some elephants. So our heels are back, making sure that your body weight is not in the shoulders. Okay, get it away from the shoulders, around the back, and put more of your weight over your heels than your hands. Now lift all 10 toes. Keep your back in flexion. Press the legs out to stretch the lower leg, and then round to pull the carriage in. Inhale, we go away, and then exhale, scoop to return. Elephants is one of my favorite exercises because it stretches so many good things and it works your lower belly. One more. Okay, now I'm going to keep my feet flat as I do my long back elephant. So a lot of times we rise up to our tippy toes, but in the interest of really stretching that lower leg even more so, I'm going to keep the back long and press away and then pull in. So it's a lot more like downward dog as you come in and you're really lifting those sits bones towards the ceiling behind you. Inhale out, exhale in, and again pull it in. I'm going to step one foot to the front, leg in the back. So we've got both legs nice and straight, and then I'm going to weight shift back over my back leg. Okay, so once we're here, we're going to round the spine, and then we're going to lengthen. We'll do that a couple times. Flex and extend, and again, flex. And then we're going to keep the length, press back with straight legs, and then let it come forward. So my arms are more serving as kickstands. They're not pressing from shoulders. I see that a lot in classes. Keep your arms nice and still. So the stationary joint now is in the shoulder girdle and the wrist and the elbows. And we're just moving the pelvis. Okay, let's change those feet. Okay, weight shift back over the back leg. Relax the shoulders. Cat and cow. So as you get to look at your knees here, when you round your spine, make sure your knees are pointed at your second toe. Cat. And then cow. Stay here. Back and forward. So really just creating a lot of length in the back of the legs. We're getting some rotation through the lumbar area, which is such a lovely thing. One more time. And then let's go ahead and come to our knees. All right, so we're gonna finish with a sort of a modification on our Eve's lunge or splits here. So I want you to just bring one foot forward, and we're really focusing on the kneeling hip flexor here. So I simply want you to put your body weight forward. Okay, so the kneeling leg should be open. Meanwhile, I'm going to drop this heel down as deep as I can. I'm really bending this knee. I'm pushing my chest in towards the knee, one hand on either side of the foot. So once I'm here, now I'm kind of locked and loaded forward. I'm going to just weight shift to my left and then weight shift to my right. Yeah. Okay, so side to side. And what this does, if you haven't noticed immediately, is that this knee, this leg that is bent, is getting a huge stretch through the Achilles and the calf. We are warm, so we can stretch the Achilles now. Please don't do this first. Okay, last time. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and switch those new feet. So thinking about pushing forward. So we're opening this hip flexor. Long, lengthened torso here. And we're just going to bring our body forward. I'm dropping this heel down and then side to side here. It just puts some funny pressure in different parts of the foot. So then it just really challenges the mobility of the muscles in the foot and the ankle, which is hugely important, and also then stretching all the calf muscles. Great fall prevention move here. Good. And then go ahead and come on down. Okay, guys, so that is it for today. I hope that you feel great. Thank you so much for joining me and trying some of our asymmetric workout today. Keep it up, and I will see you next time.